Good evening again to all. Welcome back to Near Protocol Philippines. Ito po ay si Andrew at hope you are all staying safe where you are with your loved ones. At tonight, meron po tayong isang special guest mula sa Mintbase, another one. So she is actually part of, in charge of business development and marketing. She is Monika Blockdiver. So Monika, welcome to the show. Happy to have you.
Hi, thank you so much for welcoming me. And yeah, it's been super exciting to be part of Near almost from the very start. And just see how it's expanding so much over the last month or two. We just had NearCon happening in Lisbon, where actually Mintbase is based. So a lot of the different projects came to town, and it was fun to meet everyone working on Near and the ecosystem and make a lot of new connections. And so it was very exciting.
Thanks, Monika, for that update. I wish we would have, we could have been there, but travel restrictions in the Philippines are, not very kind of strict now that we're in the pandemic. Anyway, we want to keep the show going. But before that, maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So my name is Monika. I do business development and marketing with Mintbase, and mostly focused on business development. And I joined about 7 months or almost 8 months ago. And, I actually joined before we were live. So the first month we're just preparing for the launch, and we launched about 70% ready with the platform. So a lot of the marketing has actually been adding new features over time, and just seeing the platform getting more usable and better, week by week. So I actually been active within blockchain and interested in crypto for almost 4 years, and kind of entered almost 2017. I was actually working in Korea and helping out with marketing over there. It
pretty
was
near here.
Fun. That's right. I've actually been to Philippines a few times. I love it. It's such an amazing place. And so I was working in Korea. I also worked for a fund briefly. And but then when the pandemic happened, I was thinking, what should I do next? And Mintbase came up.
Thank you for sharing with us, Monika, your experience and your background in blockchain. You mentioned you were doing a number of stuff before the pandemic hit. Then it came, and so you found yourself in Mintbase. But we all know that Mintbase is built on top of Near. So can you tell us how you ended up discovering Near Protocol?
Absolutely. So when the pandemic hit, I was doing mainly events and very focused on events. So obviously that totally stopped.
Took a toll.
Right. So I was just thinking what I should do next. And even though I knew a lot about blockchain, it gave me some time to even study it deeper, and took a few months and really, did a deep dive about different protocols and what this whole thing actually means for the world, and the big change that it can have on the world. So I got really into it, and I also started looking into NFTs, and I thought it was very interesting. At that time, maybe I was more focused just on the art. And just over time, I'm realizing that there's even much more potential with NFTs than just art and for artists. But you can use it for numerous kind of things. So anyway, how I got in touch with Mintbase was that I was doing some just short videos talking about NFTs, came across Mintbase and started talking to Caro. And I was actually almost going to join another company, and just reached out to Karen and asked her, how is it living in Portugal? Because I was thinking, maybe I should move. And we started talking, and we really had a good relationship, and one thing led to another, and they were like, you know what, we also have a position open at Mintbase, would you be interested? And I was interested. So this is how I actually ended up moving all the way to Portugal from Korea.
So that's a journey like almost across the world.
Exactly. So it's been quite a change, but super fun and interesting. And yeah, just joining the team has really, it's definitely hard work, but it's also very exciting. Especially like Mintbase really pushes the boundaries in a lot of different ways. And they're very into the utility NFTs. So seeing people actually use NFTs in the real world and also in-game items or for ticketing. So they don't want people just to sell an NFT, then hold it forever, maybe make profit after, a few months or a year or a few years. They actually want to see people using the NFTs. And this is also why they chose to expand to Near, because Mintbase has actually been live on Ethereum for almost 2 years. And a lot of people might not know that, but
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, exactly. So when the gas fees really went up in price, and it started to make less sense of using NFTs for these utilities, Karen and Nate started looking at other blockchains, and they found that Near was the best for them because, it's very affordable, less than a penny to minting and transfer NFTs, but it's also extremely decentralized and, also preparing for sharding, which is going live as we speak.
Yes.
And so it's basically what Ethereum 2.0 is supposed to be, but is already here.
It's already here. Yes.
Yeah, it's already here. So that's one of the main reasons. And also another reason is that Near is written in Rust. And this programming language is... I'm not a programmer, but programmers tell me that this is like a better language to use than, for example, Solidity. So this was their reasoning when it came to Near.
Yeah, thank you for sharing with us that. We actually had, one of your members here on the show with us a couple weeks back, and he expressed the exact same sentiments that you just shared with us now. So it really, convinces us that Near, among the other blockchains, is really a very viable, more than a viable option for, building dApps on top of. So
for sure. And also something that's really great with Near is like the onboarding, right? So for example, when we were at NearCon and we were helping people, we wanted to send these NFTs to people, like the utility NFTs. We had a really cool promotion going on with 11 different restaurants. And not only restaurants, but it was restaurants, and you could also get a spray can and skateboards, so a few different shops. So we did this promotion. We had actually purchased the items before, and during LizCon and NearCon, we were giving out these items. So at NearCon, of course, everyone already had a Near wallet, but at the other places, they did not. So we had to onboard them and first get them onto the Near wallet and then send them the NFT. And if you compare to if you were doing this with the MetaMask wallet, it would take a really long time and have to explain exactly what a hash is and so forth. And here, you just choose your name, and then at the beginning, you don't even have to issue a seed phrase, which of course, if you're putting a lot of money onto it, you should do. But in the beginning, people might not know what a seed phrase is. And if it's, you're only going to keep a few dollars on there, or the equivalence on a few dollars, it's totally okay to just, attach it to an email at first, and then send, some NFTs to the people. And anyway, my point is that the process was a lot easier with Near than, let's say, MetaMask or some other blockchain.
That is so true. Even the gas fees on Ethereum can be kind of crazy. I'm just grateful that, Near, the platform has super fast transaction speeds and really low gas fees. But
It's so important when it comes to utility of NFTs. If we're talking about like metaverses and these things, really going mainstream, I mean, it seems like it's around the corner. If you have an item that you want to, make sure that you're the owner of it, it makes sense to mint this as an NFT. But then if you're selling it or transferring it to somebody who has money to like pay $50 gas fee or 10 and even $10 gas fee, this should be super affordable, less than a penny like Near has.
That is so true. And, Mintbase is an NFT platform, it's reliant on people minting. And so, yeah, this is what we are going to be talking about tonight. And, this is what you are going to be sharing with us, some of the features that, can be found on Mintbase that you think are very significant, very interesting features. And we would really love to see it, have our audience, the viewers from the Philippines, watch it, see for themselves the benefits of minting on Mintbase over other platforms. So please feel free to share with us that tonight, Monika.
Absolutely. Yes, sorry to interrupt.
No, it's
yes, I'll go ahead and share my screen in just a minute. So something that a lot of people don't realize maybe is that Mintbase is, of course, for artists, but we also see another potential for people to actually use our code, but display your own branding. So it is actually possible to deploy your own marketplace with our SDK. It's called Mintbase JS. So this is like what we see more in the future, maybe. So a ticketing company will use Mintbase code and deploy their own marketplace, or maybe a DJ collective or a music studio will deploy their own marketplace and collaborate with different musicians or DJs and put them on as minters in their own stores. So we see like even more potential than just like using the marketplace which we have right now. But yeah, actually people deploying their own specific niche marketplaces.
Yes, exactly. And we're looking forward to see it.
Yeah. All right. Let me know if you can see my screen here.
Yes, I do.
Okay, very good. So basically, we have 793 stores active right now on Mintbase, but we have a lot more minters than stores. It's because you can actually add minters onto your store. And I'll go ahead and show that in just a minute. We also have the options. You can place, you can kind of add an amount that you're wanting to see, and then other people can bid on different, they can give you, different offers, and you basically can see different offers come in. You also get an email notification, so it's super clear to know. And then you have 24 hours to take the bid. So let's say if I'm the owner of this NFT, maybe I want to sell it for 2 Near or 2.10 Near. You just go ahead and, I mean, for me it says make an offer here, but for the person it would say take the offer. You have 24 hours to do so. Yeah. And then let me show you a store, Blockdiver store. So this was a huge collaboration we did, and with a German festival. So what they did is we actually went to Germany and had like a house in Germany at the festival when we're teaching people about NFTs. And a lot of the people that were at the festival, they have never heard of Near or Mintbase, but yeah, we did our best to educate them. And some of them actually ended up drawing on one of the art pieces that we then turned into we turned into an NFT and auctioned off at our event recently. But I'll tell you about that in a minute. But anyway, here I wanted to show you how many minters you can actually add onto one store.
Oh, wow.
So, if
That's
you have
a
a big
lot.
collection, yeah, you can add, it's endless. You can add like hundreds of people. So this starts making sense, if you have a big collective that want to collaborate together. And on each NFT, you can also add different people. So let me put somebody there's a lot of people here. So if you want to look at this NFT, for example, you can see here, there's 3 different people splitting the forever royalties and splitting the revenue. So, this person decided, okay, I want to give some to the festival and a little bit to, I don't know who this person is, but maybe it's, somebody that helped him with the art piece and the music. So 10% of each NFT are forever royalties. And these forever royalties, it really means forever. It doesn't matter where you sell them on Mir, and it will still go to the person that has minted, because on Ethereum, for example, it is based on the platform, but on Mir, this is embedded into the token. So these 10% are really forever. So that's cool. And then 87.5%, that's the one-time sale. So that's basically, this will reset each time. If I buy it, then the royalties will keep going here to Bone Police, but my little picture is going to be here. And then 2.5% goes to Mintbase when you've made a sale. So the only revenue we're getting from the marketplaces is when people actually make a sale. So when you're minting, this cost doesn't go to Mintbase, but it goes to Mir for storage. And same with transferring. Then it's that little fee is just to the protocol and not to Mintbase. Yeah. So if I want to go ahead and create a store, I then, I have a lot of different stores, but maybe, I want to just do a test. So I can just show you here. So here's my store. Basically, I'm just preparing some like test thing. And here I've added a few people to my store. They can also mint for free, basically. They don't have to issue the 6.5 store, right? So if I want to go ahead, I just check that the correct store is selected, and then I go to Mint. And here's where I can upload all the different files and do all my different things. So, here you upload the cover, and then you give it a name and a description, and then you can also tag something, test or, food, maybe I'm like, want to sell some delicious, I don't know. What's popular in Philippines, like bubble tea maybe, or what do you guys like to eat?
Okay, you had me thinking there for a second. It's been so long since I've been out. I don't know what people are. Okay.
What's like a very popular Filipino dish?
Adobo? Do you know
adobo.
that? Adobo, yeah.
You could do like, maybe an adobo restaurant, want to sell like some really amazing adobo. So you would put adobo, and then, you could add whomever you wanted into the royalties here. So, yeah. And you can add up to 25 people on each NFT. And
only 25. That's the maximum limit.
For now, only
okay.
25 people on one, but it's still a lot more than
that is true.
Yeah, a lot more than a lot of other marketplaces. And the split revenue is that one-time fee that I was talking about earlier. And here you can add 25 people as well. So really, you could actually split it with 50 people, one NFT. You can also add dates. For example, okay, if we go back to the example with the adobo, perhaps this dish is only, this NFT is only available in December. So you would click, here you can then add, this voucher or this NFT is only available in December, for example. Then if you wanted to add, like if you guys have a commercial for this Adobe restaurant, maybe you could add like a commercial here, or if you want a big, beautiful graphic, you can add up through 30 megabytes here. Maybe you want to add a PDF or a location, Yeah,
so
Manila,
versatile.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe it's in Manila, this restaurant. So you will have you can go granular with exactly the district and the street name and whatever. And then you can also add the website to this restaurant we're talking about. So these are some of the things you can do, but you can also add custom code. And this is best done with the Mintbase JS. So this is where you can actually add, create your own marketplace.
So we're seeing all these new features. We initially thought when we were trying to explore Mintbase was that you could only invite up to 20 people to your store. But now that you mentioned endless number of
it's basically endless. So this is where you would go and start your code journey, basically.
So for all of you who are into code, any of our viewers who are watching this, who are knowledgeable, of any sort of code, you can give this a try. Yeah, if you are
absolutely
part-time.
And also reach out to me, and I'll put you in contact with our devs and make this journey more easy. But we'll definitely support you, get you going with this, because we want to see more of actually people deploying their own marketplaces and doing spinning up niche marketplaces. Maybe you could do your own equivalent to Super Rare, your special beautiful NFT gallery where you only sell the people that you choose, because Mintbase, we're open to anybody, right? But there's definitely room for these specialized galleries on Mir as well. So we just want to see people using our code for various different platforms and reasons.
All right. Thank you for showing us all those interesting features on Mintbase, Monika. It really is like an eye-opener to many of us, because most of our community members are there. We've been trying to onboard them on Paras a lot. A lot of them are actually already onboarded, but some of them, especially the older ones, those who have been in the space for a while, they're trying to explore all of these other NFT platforms, and Mintbase is what we recommend, what we tell them to go to if they're looking to expand their NFT horizons. So yes, thank you for that. Just what we want to know, because you mentioned that Mintbase is planning on working on adding all these other features in the future. So do you think you can share some of it with us? What you and the team are planning?
So currently, absolutely. So currently we're actually working on integrating other NFTs, near NFTs, onto our marketplace. So we're striving to be like the OpenSea, but on Near. So you can, sell your Paras or Pluminite or whatever NFT that uses the NEP 171 standard. And so our programmers, developers are busy every day working on this, and hopefully we can announce this soon, but definitely looking forward to that. So stay tuned.
Yeah, that is so nice. I actually just heard about that piece of information just now, and wow, I'm really looking forward to it. The fact that you can bridge other NFTs from other platforms on Near to Mintbase is a really
for sure.
big
It makes
initiative.
sense. And it doesn't exist yet on Near, so it's definitely needed, because a lot, more and more NFT projects are spinning up on Near, and people just want to be able to share them or resell them, auction them off, have that option. So this is what we're currently focusing on.
Thank you once again for sharing us those interesting new features and updates for Mintbase, Monika. Definitely, our audience is definitely excited to hear, to learn more about the platform as they explore the different dApps in the Near ecosystem. So we're happy to have you. Thank you for being here tonight with us. All right, guys.
It was a pleasure.
Oh,
Thank you so much
on.
for inviting me. It was great. And can't wait to go back to Philippines and Cebu. I spent some time in Cebu and it's so lovely. Also Manila. I love Manila. And I can't wait. And eating all the yummy fruit and having some adobo.
Yeah, definitely. When the pandemic gets better or when everything blows over, please feel free to come over. Maybe we'll see each other, hopefully, during the next NearCon too, if our circumstances allow for Near Philippines to actually head out of the country.
Absolutely.
All right. So thank you for coming tonight once again. We'll be ending this interview here. And for all of you who are watching this or will be watching this, please feel free to reach out once again to the devs Mintbase or to Mintbase in general if you're interested to be be onboarded to the platform, to set up your own store, and to access all of these interesting features on Mintbase. That will be all for tonight. Oh yes, do you have any?
Yeah, I just want to plug and say, join our Telegram, join our Discord, ask me any questions in there. If you're on Telegram, it's just Mintbase, and we're the first group that pops up. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.